And you'll have to forgive me if this isn't completely smooth, because I don't normally do this sort of thing outside of the Cosmic Council. But I got a message last night which frustrated me. And I was effectively I wasn't denied a right to reply, and I'm not going to mention names here. You will see some subtle hints as to what was going on, and you might know anyway, but I need to get this off my chest because I've been hoisted by my own petard, as they say, because I didn't realise that something was the case, and I've felt the need to go and investigate it to try and help you not make the same mistake. So, suffice to say, I won a competition. And then I didn't win a competition. That's the easiest way I can describe this to you. Let me just lighten myself a little bit there. There we go. Okay, so you'll see on your screen here, this is my channel's homepage on YouTube. And there's a list here of other channels that I enjoy. Now, if I go into my settings on YouTube, and I go into privacy, and I go into subscriptions, and I say keep all my subscriptions private. That was actually the page I was just on. So you can see there, it just says other channels I enjoy. Okay, but if I now do this, and go into settings, privacy, don't keep all my subscriptions private, refresh that, just so it takes, then go back, and then go back, you'll see now I have subscriptions all the way along here. And at the time when I was doing the competition, I did not have this. However, well, let me explain to you why this was a problem as it turned out. So basically, the channel in question required that you be a subscriber at the time of a video giveaway. And I was notified about this video, and I thought I'll just go and watch it for chuckles and I'll see. And unusually for me, I won it, or won one of the competitions in the stream, basically. The gentleman didn't really know who I was because I wasn't terribly active on his channel before then, but I had been subscribed for a while. So from my point of view, I was subscribed. But as you just saw, the difficulty is that you can be subscribed, and the channel cannot know that you are one of its many subscriber numbers because you've chosen to keep your subscriptions, private. The thing is, I hadn't consciously chosen to do that because the default setting on YouTube is this. You can choose to make the channels that you're subscribed to private or public. By default, all settings are set to private. So you see my problem. I did not realise that that was the case. I think I vaguely remembered the setting because I knew enough to go hunting for why it would have been a problem. And then I realised that at the time the stream was happening, I appeared private. So when he checked, he couldn't see me as one of his subscribers. He thought I was trying to scam him because the internet is Mos Eisley. It's a wretched hive of scum and villainy. So he thought I was a scammer and trying to get these competition prizes through nefarious means. And I get that. I understand that. I understand exactly where he came from. I have to pay for postage and stuff, but, you know, I thought the problem was trying to prove that I was who I was on the stream. That wasn't the issue. The issue was that he could not see me as a subscriber at the time the stream was happening. And for me, personally, that's really unfortunate because I'm a very, very stupidly honest person and I wouldn't have done that. And I couldn't have done that. I don't know how technically you would do that. And it did occur to me, well, two things occurred to me actually. One, that I wouldn't have known the stream was happening were I not a subscriber. But I suppose you could have searched for it or somebody could have told you about it. That's possible. And two, I thought you couldn't get in the chat, possibly, unless you were a subscriber. So the fact that I was in the chat for the giveaway, which qualified me for the giveaway, meant that I was demonstrably a subscriber at that point in time. So, as I've just shown you, this change from public to private is immediate. So as soon as you make your subscriptions public, everyone can immediately see that you are subscribed. but I check my own emails, and I often get more subscriber numbers than I get emails to say someone has subscribed to me, which means, I think, that if your subscriptions are set to private and you subscribe to someone's channel, they don't get an email telling you that they've subscribed. Which means, again, this channel had no evidence that I'd subscribed, even though I'd subscribed a while ago. But I do have a way to prove, I think, that I was subscribed before the giveaway video happened. And that is in my notifications, because it suddenly occurred to me, and I'll show you this here now. If you go to YouTube and you click on a channel that you are not subscribed to, and I'm just going to pause this really quickly before it starts causing any problems. Okay, so you can see I'm not subscribed to this channel. It says join or subscribe. I have no notification option there because I'm not subscribed. If I subscribe, I'll get the bell notification option, and I can choose which notifications I get. But if I'm not subscribed, I don't get that. So the only way you can get a notification, I think, in your subscriptions on your channel is for your channel to be subscribed to the other channel to get the notifications from it. Have I lost you completely? Very probably, for which I apologise. However, let me demonstrate. If I go onto my notifications here, and I go back a couple of weeks, and I'm doing this, and you'll be able to figure out who where this is coming from shortly, but I can't really help that because I just feel that I need to. I'm hoping this might help somebody else if they have this problem. I don't normally go in for competition giveaways. This is the ironic thing. I didn't go with a view to winning it because I never win this stuff, generally speaking. And when I do, things like this happen and it goes horribly wrong and I don't get anything. So there you go. But this might help you if you're thinking of entering a competition giveaway on YouTube. What I'm hoping is that you will think before you go onto the giveaway stream or whatever, you make sure you've set your subscriptions to public so that you can prove that you are a subscriber at the time when the video happens. Otherwise, this happens to you and you get frustrated. The other guy gets frustrated because, they think that you're trying to scam them. You get frustrated because you know you're not trying to scam them, and it's very, very difficult to prove because there's no emails, there's no nothing, but there is this. So let me just keep scrolling back manically here. I'm doing it this way so you can see this is my live notifications. This is I'm not sort of making a video up as I do this. I'm just going up and down so that I can show you that this is a live feed of my channel's notifications. So we get to about the 2 weeks ago mark. Here we go. And where's the one I'm looking for? Okay. So this is actually what drew my attention. So we've got there a Fortnite Battle Bus video. So presumably I would not have seen that. And you can see there that hide this notification, or I can turn off all from Gary's Grail. So that means that I was getting notifications from that channel at that point in time. Now I want to turn that off and it's not going to let me. Oh no, that's it. Done it. Okay. So that was. So I'm now going to more recent videos here. I'm just trying to. The problem is it gets rather imprecise here. Okay. So Gary's Grail's uploaded, Marvel Legends clearance. Okay. So that's further in the past. Okay. So we're getting nearer to the present now. And we get up here, and this is the smoking gun. So that is an initial stream that fell over, and then another one was created. But I would not have got that notification of that stream had I not been subscribed to the channel. I am now happy that I can demonstrate that I was subscribed to that channel before that happened, because you can see that even earlier in time I was getting notifications from that channel, which meant I was already subscribed at that point in time. So there's one there. And the reason I think I came to be subscribed was because I was watching one of Blue Harvest's streams, and I think I would have got his channel's details from there, and that's what probably led me to be hooked up to that in the first place. So that is why And as you can see, it wasn't one of these recommended ones. I mean, some of those there, it's like that one, that's recommended. But the others are direct notifications from channels that they've put a video up. So that's what I'm going by there. So whilst it's really hard to actually demonstrate it in YouTube, you can, using your notifications, prove that you were subscribed to a channel, even if your subscriptions are private, because of course only you can see your list of notifications. So that is private to you, which means you can see it, and I've just let you guys see it so that I can demonstrate that I was in fact subscribed at the time and before that giveaway video happened. But I can completely see, and I'm not having to go at the owner of that channel at all, because this is really hard. If you are not the actual person, it's taken me this long to figure out how to demonstrate that I was subscribed legitimately. If you're on the other side of it, you can't do that. There's no way, I don't think, that you can prove or demonstrate to yourself that the person was subscribed at the time when they said they were, because YouTube actually does respect your privacy in that respect. So, you are completely hidden until you choose not to be. And the difficulty is, of course, that from their point of view, I could have just clicked subscribe 2 seconds after the stream ended, or immediately when I won the prize. And then what do they do? Because then, I mean, that would be obvious, because if you got a notification, you could time the notification. As it is, he's got nothing to go on. So I have every sympathy in the world. I've already said it. I'm fine. If he wants to give it to the second placed prize winner, because there is one, then just do that. And that's just easier for him. Then he can be happy that he hasn't been scammed, and I don't have to pay the postage. So there is that, and that's fine. And I'm okay with that. But what I wanted to do was bottom this out for my own sanity, if nothing else, and figure out a way that I could actually demonstrate to him and to all others concerned that I was subscribed at the time, despite the fact that I accidentally had my subscription set to private so he couldn't see me. So, for the sake of avoiding the same thing happening to you, I hope that's been of help. Because if you are planning to go in for something that requires you to prove that you are a subscriber, if you went and joined their channel, if you subscribe to their channel and your settings were set to private, they won't have got an email, I don't think, and they won't be able to see you if at the time when you were watching the stream and you get picked, your subscriptions are private. Now, they should be able to see you in the chat, of course. When you're in the chat, I don't know if you always have to be a subscriber to be in the chat. I don't think that is actually the case. So that might be a problem, because obviously that will leave it up in the air. So you might have just joined in the chat to try and qualify without subscription. So I get that. That's also a problem. The only thing that was frustrating about this for me was I was being vouched for by people who knew who I was. But as I say, I don't think it was an identity problem. I think the problem was very simply that his rules were you had to be a subscriber in order to win. That's fair enough. That was kind of the whole point of the thing, was you had to be subscribed because it was a subscription giveaway thing. So that's why you had to be subscribed. I completely get that. No issue with that whatsoever. It was just really unfortunate that I hadn't realised that my subscriptions were set to private. They're now set to public, as you can see. As you can see, everyone I'm subscribed to there. And going forward, I will leave it like that so that people can... I mean, God knows how many people I'm subscribed to. I've been on YouTube for over a decade. There could be a lot of subscriptions in that row. So anyway, yeah. So it's a lesson learned for me. Because I can't argue with him. I mean, from my point of view personally, I was subscribed. So I know that I was entitled to get that, but he had no way of verifying that. So what do you do then? It's a catch-22, isn't it? You're snookered either way. But it's not. I'm not trying to have a go at anybody. It's just one of those things. Just the way that YouTube is set up. But the interesting thing is that it is the default. So per that page, that's the default setting. You are private unless you choose to make yourself public. So unfortunately, you've got to have a thought process to figure that one out and to do it right. Otherwise, you're going to get snookered. So just one to think about. It's not the easiest thing to find, But you just go into your channel, you select privacy, and it's the first option there, and that should sort you out. So I hope that's been of some use to you. It's been enlightening for me, and as I say, I will leave it there. But I've now vented, so I feel much better about myself and life in general. So cheers for now.